Hello. Today we are going to look at a 七言绝句 by Li Bai. We know Li Bai is one of the all-time most famous poets in the history of the Chinese poetry and have learned two of his poems already, 静夜思 and 黄鹤楼送孟浩然之广陵. If you recall these two poems, you may remember that both poems use very simple words and are very free-flowing in style. This is indeed where Li Bai is at his best. His messages are clear and obvious, not like some others whose works are more subtle with hidden messages. But this kind of clear and obvious messages hit you so readily, precisely, and thoroughly. Reading these poems becomes extremely satisfying and enjoyable. Today's poem is titled 望庐山瀑布. You will remember that 七言绝句 or 七绝 means there are 4 lines in the poem, and each line has 7 characters. 望 means to look at. Li Bai also used this character in his poem 静夜思, if you remember. In 举头望明月, he raised his head to look at the bright moon. Lushan is the name of a mountain long famed for its natural beauty, which is located in Jiangxi province. This is a map of part of China, and you can see where this Lushan is. It's here. And this is Shanghai, and this is Beijing. 瀑布 means waterfall. So the title of this poem means looking at the waterfall of Lushan. We would know from this title that this poem is about the scenery of the waterfall in Lushan. 望庐山瀑布 唐 李白 日照香炉生紫烟 遥看瀑布挂前川 飞流直下3000尺 疑是银河落九天 日 means the sun. 照 means to shine upon. 香炉 usually means incense burner, a bowl-like utensil used to burn incense. It's like this. 香 usually means some pleasant, sweet smell, but here in the context of 香炉 is a noun. It means incense, which when burned does give off a strong fragrant smell. But here it doesn't actually mean the utensil, as you can see, but refers to a peak in Lushan, whose name is Xianglu. So it's Xianglu Peak, Xianglu Feng. I've done some search to see what this peak actually looks like. You can see this mountain looks like a utensil, like Xianglu. So the name, the peak is named as such because it looks like an incense burner. And when the sun shines upon it, there is smoke coming from it, making it even more comparable to an incense burner. Sheng means to produce. Yan is smoke. What color is the smoke? It's purple, 紫. This color feels very exotic and exciting. We can imagine that when the sun is intense and the vegetation on the mountain is dark and thick, the mix of the golden yellow, dark green, and possibly the blue sky could well result in this sort of uncommon and mysterious purplish color. So this line says that the sun is shining upon the Xianglu Peak, producing some purple smoke, immediately taking the readers to a visually grand and attractive scene. The first line talks about the Lushan, and the second line is about the Pubu, the waterfall. Yao means far away. So 遥看瀑布 means to look at the waterfall from afar. 挂 means to hang. 前 means at the front, and 川 means river. So this line is saying that the waterfall, when seen from afar, is like a river hanging in front of the Lushan. Here, 挂 is an excellent choice of words being used. It easily and vividly shows the waterfall is high up in the distance, and this hanging there description, 挂前川, had a feel of unnameable elegance. As I mentioned earlier, Li Bai's typical style is to go after a subject freely and fully, to create the sense of excitement and inspiration. In this poem, he went on to continue with the waterfall. 飞 is to fly, and 流 is to flow. So 飞流 means to rapidly flow, like flying. 直 is straight. 下 is to go down. So 直下 means to go straight down. 尺 is a unit in Chinese measurement. Basically, 1 meter is equal to 3 尺. So, or 1 尺 equal to 0.323 meter. So 3000尺 means 3000 尺, or you can say 1000 meter. We must bear in mind that, as often seen, this is not a reference to the real measurement, but an exaggeration to show how tall this waterfall is, and descriptions such as 飞流 and 直下 suggest how fast the water flows. Together, these words depict an exciting and magnificent scene, that is, a long waterfall rapidly falls from the high mountain, perhaps with a thundering rush, splendid. And then, the poet used a stunning metaphor to end the poem. As always, Li Bai's imagination just went free and wide. He said, 疑是银河落九天. 疑 is to doubt, to be doubtful. 是 means to be, is. We've seen this 疑是 before in his very 静夜思. 床前明月光, 疑是地上霜. He is doubtful that the moonlight is a frost on the ground. So we can see that Li Bai is very fond of this way of expression. And here he is doubtful that the waterfall is something else. What is it? Yin is silver. He is river. And Yinghe, the silver river, means the Milky Way, as it is shiny and silvery. Luo means to fall. 九天, literally ninth sky, means the very top of the sky or heaven. Traditionally, the Chinese believed that the sky or heaven is formed layer upon layer. Layer is 重, by the way. So right above us, we have the first layer, 一重天. And above that, we have the second layer, 二重天. And then the third, the fourth, and so on. On the very top is a ninth layer, 九重天, or in abbreviation, 九天. So the poet is doubtful whether this splendid waterfall is actually the Milky Way falling from the top of the heaven, because only such a dramatic setting could justify what the poet had in front of his eyes. This reference to the Milky Way is romantic, imaginative, and beautiful, and the poem as a whole feels like running from the start to the end without any stopping its flow, just like a waterfall, perfectly showing the mastery of Li Bai on topics like this. That's all for today. Thank you very much.